Hi, welcome. I'm Lisa, one of your youth librarians at the Westerville Public Library. I'm going to show you how to access and use eLibrary, one of our free research tools available with a Westerville Public Library card. In eLibrary, you can discover interesting facts, find what you need for a school assignment, read about famous people, and gain a historical perspective on current issues. Let's get started. You want to begin at the Westerville Library's website. That's westervillelibrary.org. You can also just search for the Westerville Library in Google. So here's the website, and we're going to choose right here where it says books, movies, and more. And the very last option here is research and databases. We're going to go ahead and give that a click. This will take us to all the databases that the library has to offer. And a database is just a research tool. There's all sorts of kinds. As you can see, there's lots of different categories, but we're going down to the very last one, which is students, kids, and teens. And then here's eLibrary. It's got a picture of a school bus. Go ahead and choose that. This will take you to a summary of what eLibrary offers. You will have to put in your Westerville Library card to use this. If you don't have a library card, you can get one for free by just choosing apply or log in on the main page of the library's website. We're going to go to website, and then we're going to choose eLibrary. It's the one right in the middle. Now, eLibrary has lots of different things to look at. Right in the very beginning, at the very top, is a search bar. So if you know what you're going to search for, you're doing a report on dogs or school lunches or whatever you're reporting on, just type it in. Over here on the upper left-hand corner says research topics, so you can choose topics if you don't quite know what you're looking for. You can also see there are trending topics. So these are topics that are the most popular things right now. So Corona, Burger King, cloning, hypertension, those are all things that people are looking at. There's also editor's picks. So those are the people that create this database and things that they're interested in. You can also scroll down to the bottom and it gives you some categories to help narrow down something you might be interested in. If you're looking at careers, or maybe you're looking at history or science and math, you can choose which category interests you. Or you can come up to the top and just search. So let's search for dogs. So as you can see, the search for dogs brings up almost 445,000 results. Woo, that's a lot. I don't know about you, but I don't want to look through that many results. So you can do a couple of things. You can narrow down by typing in a type of dog or maybe another word. So how about dogs and food? So that narrowed it down some. Over here on the left, you can also see there's some different categories. There's newspapers, magazines, books, images, and all the other ones. So if you just want to look at magazine articles, you could just choose magazines and give it a click. Then you can say, I only want to look at things that were published in the last year, the last 30 days, or you can give your own date. So let's look at the last 12 months. So now there's 1,500 results. Still a lot, but way easier to navigate than almost 500,000. So let's take a look at one of these articles. So is your dog food safe? You can see here's the title. It's a magazine. It tells you what magazine, Prevention. When was it published? January of 2020. And the reading level. So let's give that a click. All right, so here's the article. So this article was actually in the Prevention magazine. So just like you would pick up a magazine in real life, here it is on the website. It gives you the text of the article. You can listen to it. You can save it to a cloud feature, whether that's Google, OneDrive, etc. If you need to cite this in a paper, part of your bibliography, just click Cite and you can copy and paste. It gives you exactly the right format. Super easy. It will also give you things that are related. If you need more resources, click and you can see the other articles. You can also see related topics down here at the bottom. Then we can go back to and check out some of the other research topics. So for example, if I'm interested in careers, I can give that a click and it gives me all sorts of different things to look at. So am I interested in agriculture, education, public service? Let's say I'm interested in medicine. I'm going to choose medicine. And it gives me even more topics. And let's say I'm interested in being a physical therapist. I can click that. And look, it gives me information. Here's a table of contents at the top. Again, you can cite. You can read the article. See, there's all sorts of what a physical therapist does. You can go back and you can see there's overview, training, outlook, so different types of things about physical therapists. There's some pictures and all sorts of information that you could need about learning to be a physical therapist. All of this is in eLibrary. To go back to the main page, you can just click home. Now let's find out some information about Burger King. If we click that, just like physical therapist, it gives you a table of contents, it gives you information, the ability to cite or print or email, more articles that you can read, pictures, and all of this you can use either as a physical copy to print out and put on a poster board, or to write research and cite into a paper. A very useful program. And teachers have a special section up here that says Educator Resources, and it tells you how it relates to curriculum standards, gives you a guide and a platform. So that is eLibrary in a nutshell, a great resource for any kind of research you need to do. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, give us an email at kids@westervillelibrary.org. Thanks for listening and happy learning.